First off, just tell me what you guys remember about originally meeting as a group and how you originally decided you wanted to form a musical group and got into that.
Well, we basically all grew up together since we were very little, so it was kind of like a natural thing. We didn't meet anywhere else or whatever. We were just like naturally kind of like born together in a sense. And as far as us becoming a professional group, it wasn't really our option. Our parents, once they realized that we could sing and they would hear us, harmonizing and things like that at home and just, playing around as kids, they kind of forced us to go to high school together. Well, three of us went to high school together. We went to LaGuardia, and we got accepted as vocal majors. The other one went to Julie Richmond when she was in the group. And then from there, we pretty much just, found that, with our career, we tried to, do rehearsals and stuff like that, and that's kind of when we met Pope when we were rehearsing in the Bronx one time for a talent show we were going to do. And we met Pope in the track master, and he's the one that kind of, took us and molded us into, the whole idea of becoming a group and taking it further.
Yeah, cool. And, as the first group signed to Mariah Carey's label back in the day, what do you remember most about working with her?
Wow, she was actually, we had a lot of fun. We did a lot of joking around. There was a lot of playing around at that time. Yeah. But she really helped us a lot with being comfortable with our vocals because, that was the first time with us actually recording in a studio. And it's really different singing live than it is in the studio. People don't know that, but there is a technique to the whole process.
Yeah.
Just to be comfortable with our voices and learn what was best for us, like where we should sing and our keys and all those things. And also just to become, writers and, watching her because she's a great writer. So she was a big influence on us as far as wanting to write. She helped us a whole lot with that process. Yeah.
Cool. And your guys' debut album, the self-titled album was a success. It was gold. It was a gold album. So, what do you remember about the recording process of that album? And what was your goal and what we were trying to accomplish with that album?
I think with us, the one thing that we always tried to accomplish was pretty much just getting Allure across. Coming out at a time where they were other groups at the time, and whether before us or coming, behind us, whatever the case was, we just wanted to pretty much make a mark, to kind of separate ourselves from everybody else because, I guess just in general, when it comes to the music industry, you have groups and certain artists that are compared to everybody else, and even though, we did look up to the Vogues and the Supremes and, artists like that, we wanted to basically have our own individual style and our own image as far as the group was concerned. We all four of us can definitely sing, individually as well as together. And we wanted the people to know that we weren't just like any other group. We're real singers. We love to sing from the heart and just kind of put ourselves in a position where we're not pigeonholed. We're like, oh, well, they're like 702 and they're like, Destiny Child and they're like this person because we're not.
Yeah.
We're just Allure, and we kind of separate ourselves from that.
Yeah. All right, cool. Years later, you released your second album, Sunny Days, in 2001. The album wasn't as successful as your first, so I was wondering, what do you attribute that to? Why do you feel that wasn't as successful?
Well, actually, that whole situation, it didn't start off as a great situation. I think at that time, with the fourth member that's not here anymore, we were going through that whole turmoil with that, trying to hold everything together, and it wasn't really working out. So I don't think us, as a group, we were all together then, mentally, trying to sing an album. The label that we were signed to at the time, they didn't really push the album because I don't really think they thought that anything was going to come of it. I don't think they took that project seriously.
Yeah.
Right. So especially releasing it during 911.
Yeah.
Right. 9/11. Yeah. Right.
Oh.
They didn't promote it properly, and it was just rushed together. I think we were just a tax write-off, honestly. To be honest. Yeah. We just really feel like we were a tax write-off from label at the time.
Yeah.
And,
damn.
So it just wasn't a good. It wasn't a good time.
Yeah.
Right. Back then for that album. Yes.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Following that, you guys, ended up linking up with Ron Artest and joining his label. Us as fans, we know him. No, I mean, I just wanted to know. I was curious. We know him as a basketball player. So, what do you guys see in him, from the business point of view, that made you want to, work with him, join his label?
I know we get a lot of flack about this. Everybody always goes, "Why did you guys do that?" And what they don't understand was we will look at it from a financial point of view. He believed in us, and he wanted to invest in this project.
Yeah.
So we felt like, okay, we were trying to, we wanted to become more involved in our creative part and, doing things the way we would have wanted it to be done. And he was you know, he was on our side. He was
Yeah.
on our side. He wanted to do it. He was gonna put forth the money so we could do it. But then we realized that he also wanted to be an artist too. Like he wanted to rap.
Oh, okay.
So then that kind of became the confusion as far as that. But also, he's a great guy. Like we said, he really believed in us. But then he had other people in his ear and, you know, telling him different things and wanted to put his money here and really didn't want us to be involved with music. And then the fight happened. So then it was just like all that. It was like we were always just getting mixed up in some craziness. Right.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, that's what happened with that. So, yeah, we've been through some things.
Yeah. Okay. So following that whole Ron Artest situation, you know, where did you guys go from there?
Well, from there, we pretty much kind of, you know, we kind of put ourselves in a position where we just wanted to, like, take a break for a while. So, you know, it's been so much, like we said, since Mariah, then from Mariah to, you know, Columbia, then from Columbia to MCA. Like, it's just always been, you know, a situation that kind of, like, took us aback, and we always got, you know, kind of to the point where we were like, oh, should we do it anymore? And, you know, at that time, we just said, you know what, let's just take a break. You know, we took some time out for our families, you know. The rest of us had kids, you know, now we have our children to kind of like, you know, to look to as a reason to kind of go ahead and move forward and still try again.
Yeah.
You know, and now, you know, now we're at a point where we're kind of doing it independently to see where that goes and see if we can kind of have more control over the situation to, you know, creatively and just to kind of put our ideas across without having too much, you know, he say, she say nonsense within the mix.
Okay. So let's talk about, I mean, the project you're currently working on, you know, to talk about that.
Well, as I keep saying, we're once again trying to, you know, not totally do it on our own. I mean, we are, you know, getting help and people involved. But this time we really wanted to be where people get to know who we are as a group. Like, I think the first album, people got a taste of it, but it was still other people's vision of what they felt should be. And we just, like I keep saying, we want people to know that we are a singing group first. Like, it's about the singing for us. We want people to have great music, timeless music, like we always say, stuff that people will listen to years and years and years and years from now. Children's children will listen to. And we just want people to feel good. Like, we want our music to make people feel good. Like, our music is very personal. What we have to say is very personal. So that's what we want to bring forth now this time around. Like, that's we did a lot of begging and please stay with me and crying on my knees and, you know.
Yeah.
We want to show different sides. We've been through a lot. Like, when we were signed, we were 18, 19, 20 years old.
Yeah.
We've grown up. We're older now. And we have a lot, you know, we have a lot to offer and to say. So that's what we're trying to get this time around.
Okay. So as far as releasing a new album, do you see that happening sometime this year, or?
We're hoping, we're keeping our fingers crossed and hoping that everything comes together and we can have something out.
Yeah, for the meantime, we're going to try to see if we can release some stuff like the DJs and kind of keep the buzz going and, you know, and stay afloat so people don't say, oh, they came out again and then disappeared again. Like, we're going to try to see if we can do like mixtapes and, you know, if God, you know, provides maybe some soundtracks if it, you know, if it comes in the works or whatever, just to try to, like, concentrate on just staying busy and staying productive. That's definitely the main thing.
Okay. You know, another question I have for you is, although you've lost a member over the years, you know, and you've been together so long, you know, the three of you, has it been tough to remain together as a group throughout with all you've been through? You know, like you've been talking about the tough times you've been through and tough situations, but...
Well, not so much as far as being with each other, just dealing with the industry. That kind of, sometimes it can go, really, why are we even sticking with this?
Yeah.
It's not so much each other, it's that whole thing there. So, but like we said, we just know that there are fans out there. Every time we do a show, we hear people say, oh, this song got me through this, or when I heard you guys sing this, and it lets us know this is why we're doing it, and this is why we keep fighting for our place in the industry. So,
Okay. And, you know, you mentioned you guys took some time off and, you know, had families and all that. How hard has it been to try to relaunch your career, you know, after taking that time off?
I guess it gets something getting used to because, you know, there's still babies, so you don't want to leave and you go through that whole emotional thing, but you know that you're doing it for your family and this is why we're doing what we're doing, so it makes it all worthwhile in the end. So it's not too bad once you sit down and really think about it and know why you're doing it, so it makes sense.
Okay, cool. And just one last question, you know, as veterans of this industry, you know, obviously, like you guys have mentioned, you've learned a lot of important lessons in your time. So, is there something you can offer to like an upcoming artist who's trying to make it, or an upcoming group that, you know, some advice you can give them?
Well, definitely keep God first. That's one thing that kind of kept us together even throughout losing the member and, you know, dealing with the industry or whatever. You know, we definitely keep prayer as one thing to keep us strong, because God knows, you know, that the industry can sometimes hit you so hard that the blows can kind of, you know, you suffer from the blows. So you definitely have to pray. You definitely have to, you know, kind of do what we did to pretty much surround yourself around people that you know you can trust, surround yourself around people that you can call family at the same time that you can have a business, because, you know, business can sometimes screw things up. You have to really know how to work the two. And, you know, being that we have a family bond together, you know, we're basically like sisters. So at the end of the day, nobody can come in and say, well, so-and-so said this and whatever else, because we're going to always try to keep each other on point to say, well, if this, you know, if this happens, let's just keep each other on the same page so we know not to allow anybody else's nonsense to affect it. And, you know, just pretty much surround yourself with a team that's going to work solely for you, and that you have the respect of giving each other the space to breathe, but at the same time, you know, going towards the end goal, which is winning. That's the only thing I feel like Charlie Sheen can go. That's pretty much what you have to do. I mean, if you're working with people that you can't trust, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not going to work. Really study and hone your craft.
Yeah.
Like you said, we kind of were. We didn't really know that this is what we wanted to do, so we just were pushed in it, and it was like, okay, yeah, and we thought it was something that it really wasn't. So you really don't go in there with your eyes closed thinking that, oh, everything is so glamorous, and so it's a lot of work. There's a lot of hard work.
Yeah, okay.
And believe me, there are going to be some falls you're going to have to take to brush off, you know, get back up. It's going to happen.
Okay, cool. Is there anything you guys would like to add?
Just pretty much if you for all the support, yeah.
No problem.
And if you guys want to pretty much keep abreast of everything that we're doing, we have you can contact us on Facebook. We have our Facebook page, Facebook/Allure Live. We also have an Allure official Twitter page. What else? And our blog spot where we pretty much show like videos and pictures and stuff of like all our trips and events. That's www.allureblogspot.com. And you can kind of, you know, stay up to date with everything that we're doing.
Cool. Thank you so much, guys, for the interview. You know, I wish you the best of luck with this new project, and I look forward to hearing it.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
No problem. Take care, guys.
Okay.
All right, bye.
Bye.